Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. Here we are again on Michigan Avenue. Getting out of work here, December 17th, 2024. We're crossing Lake Street. No, South Water Street, block north of Lake Street on Michigan Avenue. There's the Citizen M, Carbide and Carbon, Salesforce Tower, and Art Deco. So here we'll head up Michigan Avenue as we usually do on my walk home from work. This is my daily commute home from work. I know I'm always on the north side of Chicago. People want to see the south and west sides, but I want to get home. I've been doing this walk in some shape or form for decades. Paula, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, we'll head up to Lincoln Park here, but on the way we'll see some Michigan Avenue lights. You notice I'm filming in landscape. I know we've been trying out the YouTube app there, streaming in the vertical format. Good news is in the morning those seem to take off, so we'll continue to stream in the vertical format in the mornings, but in the evening I want to get some content of Michigan Avenue and the landscape so we can see both sides of the street, and we can film stuff like the pop-up shop here with the nice snowman here. You can get your prints there, $15. I think most of the prints in there, we already checked it out there. Heather B, looks like a nice evening. Yeah, 38 degrees. At least the wind's calmer. I know it's hard to hear me when the wind picks up, and so hopefully it won't be too bad when we get around the taller buildings there. Hey, look at the beautiful 333 North Michigan building here. We got the Blackhawk store. We'll go past Crumble Cookies, Fannie Mae, the Chicago Candy Maker Chocolatier, Fannie Mae here right on Wacker, Michigan. And we'll see if we can get across the street here. We still got time here. I don't want to wait for the light here. This car is ready to go. It's ready to jump the light there. Even though there's, yeah, the left turns there. So here I'm spinning around. We'll cross the DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge there under the Wrigley and the Tribune. Look how nice they look there. And see, there's more people here tonight than there is in the morning. Chris, Brienne there. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Trump Tower catching on fire. I know after the election they had some of the bottom blocked off. There it is. So I don't see anything. I'll check the news. I was working all day, so except at lunchtime we went over to 400 Lakeshore Drive and checked out that construction site. But yeah, I'll check the news. Does anybody know about any fires in the Trump Tower there? There's the Wrigley, the Tribune. See, we're crossing the bridge here, the Chicago River. There's the Christmas boat. Look at that. Let's see if I can zoom in here if I turn off the comments. See, the zoom works much better on Streamlabs. That app, for some reason, the zoom is very trigger happy. It just jumps in and out there. But there's the Christmas boat there, the Streeter boat there, shoreline sightseeing here. We'll head up Michigan Avenue and we'll head home from work here in landscape mode. There, I gotta turn the chat back on there. East Lansing there, Chris. Yeah, Chris Gustafson. It was on the news at noon there. Good. So I didn't watch the news at noon there. So how bad was it? I guess there was a fire. Was it in one of the units or was it in one of the hotels? Or has anybody got any more information on the Trump Tower? Because I guess other people will probably ask me about it. I learned most of my news here from live streaming. People are like, 24-hour news cycle there. Look at that. Look at the Lakeshore East there. Hey, Anita, thanks for being on there. Patty Cakes there. And thanks for everybody keeping me up to date here. You gotta put it on the TV. Chris, that's good there. See, I shook the camera there. That's why I'm filming in landscape, because you know how nice it looks in landscape. We've been experimenting with the YouTube app, but I really want to get some footage of the beautiful Michigan Avenue lights there, so you can see both sides of the street and put it on the TV, put it in 720p. So we get the whole building there, and we can look back and get some skyline views here. Hey Chris, yeah, I got your message there. So we'll check in with her now. Hopefully you can enjoy the holidays there. And Chris has got his surgery scheduled, but it's not until after New Year's there. So we'll check out these beautiful dogs here, walking down Michigan Avenue, strutting their stuff here, sniffing the whiffs there. Yeah, we went over. There's a pop-up shop. Hey, we saw Lisa the Dunes there at lunchtime. Thanks for saying hello. I was like a dummy. I saw you wave there in the plaza, and then I ran the other way, and you had to follow me into the former Equitable building there. Thanks for doing that, and thanks for saying hello there, Lisa the Dunes. And as soon as she said her name, I knew exactly who she was there. Longtime friend and follower. Thanks for saying hello. It's good to put a face to a name there, and I'll try to be more friendly next time. When she first waved to me, I was like, hello, and I just walked the other direction instead of heading towards her there. But you know me, I got social anxiety. I'm not used to being the center of attention, but I appreciate when people say hello, nice friends and followers. Hey, looking at the big screen there, Michael, you got it on the TV, isn't that nice? Hey, just in time here, we can check out the Michigan Avenue Christmas lights here. Yeah. We'll go the whole way. We'll go all the way up to Oak Street, and then we'll cut down Oak Street so I can film that in landscape as well. We can get both sides of the street, document the Christmas time here in Chicago. The Mag Mile. Yeah. Mary, patty cakes. Anita, thanks for being on here. We'll wait for the light to change there. Yeah. Hey, Krista, thanks for saying hello here. Yeah, so we're just, I think, yeah, we got one last left turn here. There's always the last car. Good, I think we can go now. Yeah, they got some side of, look at the top of that residential building here. We'll go by the Intercontinental Hotel. Casa Shy. Yeah, Casa Shy there. Brandon says they got good cocktails, so check it out. They got a sushi bar. They got a regular bar. Diane, how you doing there? Thanks for saying hello there. Yeah, Mary, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Michigan Avenue. Yeah, the Intercontinental Hotel Christmas tree. 38 degrees Fahrenheit, not too bad. What's that, 1 or 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, just above freezing there. Hey, the Starbucks has a tree there. I shouldn't move the camera so much. I know it makes it shaky. I get people motion sickness here swinging the camera around. Hey, crossing Grand Avenue, it's looking towards Navy Pier there. There, the Nordstrom. Now we're finally getting to the lights here. Yeah, that looks, I like the colors there, the Nordstrom there. Hey, look at this dollhouse. Look at these giant dollhouse diamonds. Diamonds for everybody. You can scan your iris here. The Iris Gallery. Hey, Chicago, Michigan Avenue. We'll head down to Ohio Street. We'll go by La Katrina and we'll head home from work here past the Christmas lights. Looks great and good. Clear the rear here. Thanks for the feedback there. Yeah, I'm learning how to post the shorts. I'm trying to cut out clips. I cut out some clips. We saw a good band there by Kris Kringle Market at lunchtime yesterday. They were playing, first they were playing Michael McDonald, you know, and then they were playing Aha, Take on Me, and then they played Rush. They played Tom Sawyer, and they had a saxophonist playing the vocal parts, and they had a good bass guitar and drummer, and they were raking in the dough there. I gave them a nice tip there, piece of film. Oh, sorry. And I'm just trying to get through there's so many, it's starting to get crowded on Michigan Avenue. People are actually queuing up to go into the stores there. There's La Katrina. There's the Flores Mexicanos. Look, they got this nice artwork here. Yeah, it's all decorated. Yeah. Playing the good music here. I'll get a copyright strike now, but that's okay. Yeah, I love this song. I got this song on my Spotify. Hey, look at that. Flores Mexicanos here. The colors of Mexico. How you doing? Hey, we'll head out here. We'll go back to Yeah, there's La Katrina there. She's looking nice. Dia de los Muertos, but we could celebrate it here at Christmas time even. She's got a nice holiday dress on there. Look at that. Flores Mexicanos. Yeah, they got a nice window display, the Lele dolls. Yeah, festive mood there. That's good. Feliz Navidad. Yeah, look at that. Feliz Navidad. They got it on the sign there. Yeah. Nice Christmas tree. So here, we'll keep going up Michigan Avenue here. We'll check out the lights here. Thanks for tuning in. 720p. If you got the YouTube app on your smart flat screen TV there, you can just throw this up there. That's what people do. 720p. I know it's not true high def, but it's close enough. It's pretty good from streaming from a phone. I'm using Streamlabs on top of YouTube. We used to do this a lot at lunch. Now I'm still experimenting with that YouTube app. Here, look, traffic's backing up on Ontario. No, this is yeah, Ontario Street. So we'll cross Ontario here. So we'll give you a nice, see how you can see both sides of the street there. That's why I wanted to film a landscape there. We can get the whole panorama there with the school bus going by. Oh, we missed the bus. Hey, look at that. You can see all the way to the water tower. Michigan Avenue, Mag Mile here, Christmas time. Hey, sounds like we got some live music up here. So if we do, yeah, it looks like there's a band up here, so we'll walk past it. I'll probably just cruise past it. I tipped that band that I filmed at Daily Plaza yesterday $10, and I'm kind of cheap on cash here, but I know I probably should tip every single musician I see, but I don't. But we'll cruise by here. But if I linger and film them like a whole song, I'll tip them. Hey, this is great here. Yeah, trombone. Very nice. Sounds great, funky. It's like funky Christmas music. I like it. So here we're crossing Erie. Here's the giant Starbucks. So giant Starbucks is looking very festive. They know where to play right in front of the people coming out at Starbucks. That's a hot band, I know. Yeah. You can't get the comments on the screen. Yeah, that's one of the drawbacks, positive, negative to everything. You know, it's so, you know, well, don't worry, we'll still use the app significantly if we do go to using YouTube as our primary streaming vehicle because of the TikTok cancelization. But I'm not deleting my TikTok account there. I'm just waiting for December 21st because they got me. They got me. They're trying to kick me out of the Creator Fund, and I don't want to let them do it. So I'm very hesitant to post new content because I don't understand their algorithm. It's purposely kicking people out of the Creator Fund, and I disagree with their copyrights because I posted a video that had no music in it. It was just me talking, and they said I violated some copyright, and I don't agree with it at all. And so I have a lot of beefs with TikTok, so people know. But I know a lot of people prefer to watch me on TikTok. It's easier to find me. But from a creator's perspective, TikTok is very frustrating. And it's not just me. All Day New York City has the same problems, and I've talked to other creators. But, you know, even YouTube has its own idiosyncrasies. Here's the Zara on Michigan Avenue. They got nice window displays here. Here, we'll check out the lights here. Yeah, thanks, Joe Ellen. Yeah, it's a hot band there. Yeah, I tried Instagram. We tried Instagram over a year ago when I was first booted off TikTok. I am backing up some of my videos on Instagram. I do have an account there. My name is slightly different because I couldn't get Brian Really Chicago, or somehow I shortened it. It was bad planning. But the resolution on the Instagram live stream is noticeably worse than TikTok. YouTube was bad too, but now YouTube's a little better. But we're still having some issues with YouTube using the app. Somebody complained the resolution was bad this morning, and it might be just on the rerun. You can change the resolution to 720p. and it defaults to 360, which it'll look grainy. But yeah, I've tried Instagram. So Instagram will be the backup if we lose YouTube. I've thankfully, knock on wood, I've never even got a suspension for anything on YouTube, which is amazing, as much as we've streamed on YouTube. And so YouTube's much more forgiving than TikTok. TikTok, you're always getting, you know, some of our friends and followers that started live streaming, the same thing. You get 3-day suspensions for, you don't even know what you did. You know, it's just like suddenly you're streaming and your stream goes off and they said you did something wrong, and you're like, what did I do? What did I say? What was I filming? I was filming Christmas lights. And they'll be like, you walk past a dispensary, you know, and it's like, I just walked past it, I didn't say it. And they're so draconian, and there's no way to appeal because you're dealing with a robot. But hey, we'll check out the nice Christmas lights here. We'll get off of this. I don't want to just complain the whole time. I'm actually having a pretty good day here, and I hope you are too. There, happy Tuesday here. Look at oh, the water tower. We're back here. You can see the pump house, the water tower. John Hancock, 900 North Michigan. Look how nice they look with the lights there. And to the far right's the Ritz-Carlton. See, I can't remember the name of the store, even though they got it posted above their door there. They keep kicking me out. Here's, yeah, we'll go over there. We'll wait till the lights change. Yeah, she's filming it there. You got the bear there, the gift concierge. How you doing there? Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, they got the nice display here. Measuring the tie there. You gonna wave to us? Come on, bear. There. Oh, okay, you're gonna get another tie. Okay. You tie me up in some ties there, Ty. Quote from Caddyshack. But hey, Michigan Avenue's looking nice here. Look at that. Allerton tip top tap. Yeah, the light's about to change. We gotta wait for the left turn. So, hey, there it is. We'll get the whole view in there. Northern suburbs. First time. Well, hey, thanks, Francesca. Thanks for turning in. I'm normally tuning. You know, I've been streaming on YouTube or TikTok for a long time, but now since TikTok's coming to a close, we're switching more of our streaming to YouTube. So thanks for finding me here. I live in Lincoln Park, and I usually walk from Lake in Michigan to Fullerton in the morning and the evenings, and at lunch we do like a lunchtime walk, usually on YouTube through the loop. Today we went over to the 400 North Michigan building there, 400 North Lakeshore, and checked out the construction progress. And then, hey, how's it going? Chicago, yeah, I'm Brian Ray, Chicago. How's it going? Hey, what's your name?
Steven.
Steven, thanks for saying hello. That's good.
I love the vids, love the stream.
Thank you. Thanks for. I'm switching. I have to switch to YouTube because we don't know what's going to happen with TikTok.
I know, right? Yeah.
But hey, thanks for.
It's so cool.
Good. Well, hey, have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, enjoy the lights here. That's good.
It's so cool.
Thanks for saying hello. That's great. Yeah, look, they're taking a picture right there. Look at that. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate. Got to let people know we're switching to a different platform here. But hopefully people will find a way to find the content somewhere. We only got one internet. So, hey, the crime tours just went by there. We'll head up past the John Hancock. But here's the Water Tower. Chicago survived the 1871 Great Chicago Fire. We film it all the time. And we got the light here, so let's cross over. Yeah, this Hershey experience, it's hidden in the back. It's like a Willy Wonka thing where you pay $30 and then they'll take you into the magic room there. All that other things is a false front. I kept filming. I was like, when's this going to open? And they got me. They tricked me because I fell for the false front. They did such a good job with it. Hey, Dolores, Anita, Krista, Michael Anderson. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens to TikTok. I'm not deleting my account yet, and we're just experimenting with YouTube. So far, so good. It's adequate. It's enough to continue this. And hey, Damien, Diana, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, Damien, Renee, how you doing there? So yeah, you see where we're at here. We're right under the John Hancock, 875 North Michigan. Yeah, the H&M moved a few blocks down. It's still on Michigan Avenue, but this whole block is available amazing large amount of real retail commercial space available here at the north end of Michigan Avenue. But Oak Street's doing pretty good. Yeah, we'll cross the street here so we can film the Christmas tree at the bottom of the John Hancock here. So hey, we'll get the water tower. There's the water tower in Chicago, Michigan Avenue, looking south on the Magnificent Mile there. Hey, there it is, 100 stories tall. Hey, we can get the 900 North Michigan with the John Hancock. Yeah, everyone's moving to Texas and Florida. I'll be going to Texas on Christmas time because my sister moved there 15 years ago. And first they lived in the Dallas Metroplex, and they moved to Houston, the northern suburbs of Houston. So I'm looking forward to getting into the warmer weather there. And yeah, I was at San Antonio and Austin last Christmas time, and Austin's growing like crazy. I think Austin's more expensive than Chicago now as far as housing prices downtown. There's so many new high-rises, and most of them are residential that are being built there in Austin. San Antonio is great with the Riverwalk. We checked out some of the 7 Spanish missions there, World UNESCO heritage sites, and you can still watch the reruns. You can go into YouTube there and go back to Christmas time. There's a sunken Japanese gardens in San Antonio. We checked it out. There's a live streamer in San Antonio called Retro Route. He walks really early in the morning on his way to work, just like me. He gets to work earlier than I do. He works right downtown San Antonio, and he walks along the Riverwalk early in the morning when there's no one there. And they leave the lights on, and it's a great way to experience that space, and he does such a great job. Retro Route there in San Antonio. But here, we'll film this tree here. And yeah, this is the Cheesecake Factory. Benihana's underneath us. And there's some other stuff here. There's a North Face outlet right there. They can't stay away. It's crazy. Yeah, the downtown Austin is larger than most downtowns. You know, it's larger than downtown Cincinnati. And it's amazing how, you know, we went up to the University of Texas there. We saw Bevo, and they had it all decorated because I guess Texas was one of the major bowls last year. They lost. But hey, Omega, there's the Westin Hotel there. Here's 900 North Michigan, Bloomingdale Mall. That's what I call it, the 900 North Michigan building. The Four Seasons Hotel is up there somewhere. Or not at the top. There's condos at the top. We're still on Michigan Avenue. We'll cut down Oak Street. We'll film the beautiful holiday lights there on Oak Street, past all the high-end fashionista shops, just like Bulgaria here. Nine to 6. Yeah, working from 9 to 6. Yeah, I usually watch on TikTok. Yeah, normally on TikTok. Oh, yeah. MVM. Yeah, you were at the Lurie's Children's Hospital yesterday. Yeah, we just passed that. Yeah, so here's the nice window displays here at Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton there, they got the blue monkeys and the green fruit striped gum zebra. There's the Drake Hotel. The Drake Hotel is probably decorated really nice for Christmas. Yeah, let's check out the Drake Hotel. I haven't been there in a while. I'm just going to take a peek in the lobby, see if they got it decorated for the holidays, and then we'll get out of here. Here's the original Playboy. It used to be the Playboy offices. Then it was Palmolive, Playboy, and now it's residential. Vince Vaughn used to have 3 floors at the top, but he sold it. That was earlier. But here's the Drake Hotel, right by Oak Street Beach here. Walton Street, just east of Michigan. There's the dragon. See, the Drake means dragon. Drake Hotel. It's been in many movies here. They got a nice arcade here. So here we'll head in the main entrance here. Drake Hotel, Chicago. Yeah, they got a nice Christmas tree up here. Let's check it out. Yeah, they got nutcrackers. The gentleman should have paid. Hey, look at this. Look how they got this decorated. Let's get centered here. Look at the carpet. Oops. So the Drake Hotel, the main lobby where you check in here. And look at the chandeliers. We'll take a peek in the palm room here. It's such a If you come here for brunch, they'll have like a harpist. Yeah, they always have like a big cake. There's a check-in desk. Yeah, here's the palm room. Look at the beautiful central display there. The entrance is on the other side here, but look, it's sitting full there. Here's the look at the Christmas tree. Wow, look at all the Santas and statues and Santa heads in the tree. Look at angels. Look at the angels up there, that beautiful ceiling. Thanks for tuning in here. Missing all the comments here. So they do this, they make a giant cake. I think this is a giant Drake Hotel cake, and it has it's like a castle. I guess you can eat this. This is some form of gingerbread. You got a little train going around here. There's the check-in desk. Beautiful lobby of the Drake Hotel, downtown Chicago. So there's a bunch of no, so that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head out here. Thank you. There's a bunch of ballrooms and things in the back, and we filmed them before. I want to get home. Taking a detour on a commute home from work here, but hey, thanks for tuning in there to Drake Hotel. Yeah, the floors. Look at that nice display there with the golden deer. La Vazza, Torrentino, Italia. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Anderson, John James, Dolores. Yeah, Krista. Yeah, did you like that, Chris? Yeah, thanks for checking out the Drake there. So, yeah, we saw the inside of North Michigan. We saw the inside of the Drake. We'll cross the street here. Let's see how much time we have here. Yeah, Michigan Avenue. The traffic's pretty busy. Here's the traffic coming out of Walton. Yeah, this beautiful Art Deco. And then look at the Drake Hotel. They got all the reefs there. And Marie Sternberg Way. One of these says Hugh Hefner, but I think I don't know if they took the sign down or not. They were waiting to cross here, so there it should change here pretty quick. Tracy, how you doing there? Yeah, thanks for tuning in here, watching landscape. There's a Cybertruck, of course. It's like the new Humvee. Hey, we'll go by, this is Walton Street in Michigan. There's the water towers down that way. We already passed the John Hancock. We'll see it once we get across the street here. There's a nice view to it. Yeah, look at that with the nice buildings here. Hey, Brian Adams, how you doing there? Tracy Spires, Lambie T, Dolores, yeah. Good, so you're just in time here. If you want to see some nice Christmas lights, we're going to get a big dose of it here on Oak Street. Get it in landscape so we can see both sides of the street. And we'll just, maybe we'll go up Astor Street. I think Astor Streets might have some good Christmas decorations. So maybe, yeah, maybe we'll go down Oak, and then we'll go over Elm, and then we'll go up Astor around that way. Hey, thanks for tuning in to YouTube. Hey, here it is. Look at this. We got Oak Street, just west of Michigan. Heading home from work on a Tuesday here. We got, hey, there's a dog in there. We got upper 30s Fahrenheit for weather. Just like single digits there in centigrade. Here's the Esquire Theater. Yeah, the LaSalle Street, the view on LaSalle Street's nice. Yeah, especially you can see the Board of Trade. We see that at lunchtime sometimes, and even in River North there, you can look all the way down to the Board of Trade from certain vantage points. Yeah, LaSalle Street has so many classic vintage facades there. We've got footage inside the Rookery building, the amazing atrium redesigned by Frank Lloyd Wright. Of course, Burnham and Root is the architects of the Rookery there on LaSalle. Yeah, we're here on Oak Street here, the Fashionista. This is the Rodeo Drive of Chicago. See Graph. Remember when the Esquire Theater actually sold movie or showed movies? Now they broke it up into storefronts and offices. Hey, Chanel. Chanel has this amazingly large window. Look at this here. Display their nice fashion there. Hey, Tom Ford's across the way there. Van Cleef, Montclair. Get your coat. Get your Montclair coat there. Look at that Shaw. Oh, get those boots there. Look at his furry boots. Yeah, look at that. Get your nice ski gear. Your red bag. Oak Street, Harry Winston. Yeah, they decorated nice. Yeah, the low here, they got the crazy octopus. We film this all the time. Here they got the octopus. And then around here they got the guy with the scuba gear. Nice window displays here. Oh, it's a woman. It's a woman in a dress. Did they change this? I like her purse. I like that green furry one. They got the little sea anemone or mussel, whatever that is. It's a sea cucumber. Is that what it is? Look at that. Le Labo. Tory Burch. Hey, Bravco. Bravco Beauty. Yeah. They got Santa. Oh, excuse me. Getting away here. Yeah, Bravco will say hello to Michael and his family. And again, we mourn the loss of his father. There we got to interview him on YouTube. This time last year, Howard founded Bravco, Chicago family-owned business there for 45 years there. So go check out Bravco. There's Mark Jacobs. They share a wall with Tory Burch. There's Prada, Hermes. Vic Cohen told me how to pronounce this stuff right. I appreciate it. There's Prada. There, Cartier. So here we'll head up Rush Street. We'll go up past the Gibsons and Bellevue and all the. Here we'll cross the street here so we can get a nice view of Gibsons. Looking at here's Prada, what the devil wears here. Hey, here's the Brinks truck. They're getting the money here. I better be careful filming that. I don't want to expose any weakness there. But here we'll head up Rush Street. Yeah, too many puffy jackets. You see that Aritzia Super Puff there? Yeah, we looked at that this morning. Yeah. He recorded it just in case they won. Oh, you talking about the Bears? Yeah, delete that footage. That was the I didn't even watch the second half. I was like, why bother? And then someone asked me, they said, what's up with the new Bears stadium? I'm like, do the Bears deserve a new stadium? I don't know. But hope springs eternal. Hope springs. So here's Hugo's Frog Bar. And then here's Gibson's Steakhouse. Rush Street at Bellevue here. And what I'll do is I'll take a peek down Elm Street. I'll see if I can see any Christmas lights. I think we've tried that street already. And I might just head straight up to Astor. Yep. Yeah, I agree with the angel there. It's a lot of money. The city of Chicago can't balance its budget for multiple reasons. We won't get into the pension details, but at least Chicago passed the budget, so there's not going to be a shutdown of the Chicago government there, and they're not going to raise taxes. So property owners can rest assured your high taxes will stay high, but not go any higher. Welcome to Chicago. Here's the Carmine's. So it looks like they're going to open Carmine's in spring. Of course, it used to be on the ground floor there. They tore down the original building and built that and put that storefront there. There's Urban Outfitters. There's Dublin's Irish pub there. Lumo Notties. No new stadium for you. No soup for you. Yeah, I agree. We're all jealous of Minnesota because they got their nice new indoor stadium and got their Super Bowl already. Minneapolis got a nice, strong downtown. Remember Mary Tyler Moore? They got a Mary Tyler Moore statue up there. Pillsbury, they got the falls of the Mississippi. But here, this is Cedar Street, so we'll go one more block. We'll take a peek down Elm, see if we see any holiday lights here. Hey Jeff, how you doing there, Metallica fan? Thanks for tuning in here. We got landscape mode on YouTube, so people can throw it up on their TV screens if you want. We already checked out the lights of Michigan Avenue. We went inside the Drake, so if you want to check that out, you can watch the rerun or just rewind this like TiVo. There's Lou Malnati's. That's the good thing about YouTube. You can't do that with TikTok. If you miss something, it's gone. The YouTube, you can watch the whole recording from beginning to end, just like you're watching it live. Bends times and space. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Thanks for throwing it up there on the big screen there. People got projectors, flat screens. Yeah, Michael Anderson's waving. So here, yeah, there doesn't look like there's too many lights. They're way down at the other end. There's beautiful buildings down there. I think we did go down there one night, but I'm just going to head straight up to Astor Street. And 5:36. See, Streamlabs does allow me to see the time. I can't believe the TikTok app, or not, there I went again. I can't believe the YouTube app that we've been streaming on this week. I can't believe they won't put the time on there. Just like let the time of your phone show through or something, you know. If I could they asked me how to improve their product, I'm like, put the time on your app there. Streamlabs does it, TikTok does it, why can't YouTube do it? It's like things you don't realize you need until you need them. But hey, we're up here at Division and State Street. We'll make a right here and we'll head over to Astor Street. Should have some nice holiday decorations and the beautiful architecture, historic architecture, Gold Coast, Chicago. Oops. So here. Yeah, thanks Joyce. Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, you're sharing your time. I'm sharing my time. At least, oh, I stepped on some glass. At least, even though this takes me a long time to get home, this is a way for me to commute home. I know I could take a bus, I could take a train, I could take a Uber, I could ride a bike. Now that we're on YouTube, that I can ride a bike much more often, because TikTok would always, now they're saying I'm promoting dangerous activities if I ride a bike. And thanks, Michael. Thanks for pinning the time there. I appreciate it there. Yeah, that helps out. So what else is going on in the news? I saw there's some political turmoil in Germany. There's some political turmoil in France. Of course, the Syria conflict. Isn't it amazing that, okay, so the rebels forced out Assad. He's in hiding, probably in Iran or Russia. Israel and the United States and Turkey, and as anybody else, they use the chaos in Syria as an opportunity to bomb some targets that they wanted to bomb when Assad was there. And so there's poor Syria trying to set up a new government, and Israel's bombing them. We're bombing them. Why is that not on the news more? And it ain't over yet, you know. This could go any number of directions. And did you see the Ukrainian is claiming responsibility? They assassinated a Russian general with a bomb in Moscow, like in the heart of Russia. I mean, it's amazing what's going on. And North Koreans are fighting with Russia. Yeah, we're looking for drones. I saw all those drones in New Jersey, and that's freaky. And isn't it so funny how the government's like, oh, there's nothing to see here, and everybody's like, wait, you always say if you see something, say something. Now I'm saying something, you're saying, oh, don't worry about it, but you won't tell us what it is. And I have my own theory. I think it's just Amazon and whoever's going to ship packages with drones from airports to major metropolitan areas. We already talked to Jeremy, the pilot, about this. They plan to do one in Chicago from O'Hare to this giant distribution facility they built on the other side of Goose Island by the Morton Salt place. And they're going to land the drones on top of them. So that's, why are they the size of cars? They're going to haul packages. Everybody gets their stuff shipped from Amazon. People are going to see these drones in the air all the time because they're going to be shipping your package from Amazon, your Amazon Prime thing that you just ordered, and they're going to drop it in your pool. Instead of putting it on your front porch, they can drop it in your backyard. I wonder if somebody's going to patent like a parachute or a package catcher where it'll like drop it into some outdoor padded bin that'll collect your Amazon packages dropping from the sky. And of course someone will try to take one down, throw a rock at it. There'll be corporate people raging against the corporate machine. Corporations are governments unto themselves, Surface to air missiles. Yeah, I know. Get some bottle rockets. Oh yeah, I know. Elon Musk is behind it too. Yeah, his brother. They're invested in all this stuff. The great disruptors. They're going to disrupt your Social Security too. Thanks a lot, billionaires. You saved the world, so now you're bossing us around. Good for you. You got a billionaire trolling you on X there. How's it going? So here we're on Astor Street, Gold Coast, Chicago. Look at this beautiful architecture. It's like stripped down Art Deco going towards Art Moderne. Almost. This is a mid-century modern. This is one of the first mid-century moderns here. Residential housing here. Look how stripped down the core is. You can actually park around, and the tall columns that support this whole building. There's a secret entrance to a club underneath there. The Rat Pack used to hang out there in the 60s when Hugh Hefner had his mansion here on State Street. That was a happening place. You can imagine what went on down there. So I guess they're trying to revive it. I don't know if anybody that's been. I'm not invited into that club. Just like the one behind the John Hancock, there's a private club right there too. Very hard to get into in Chicago. But here's the Astor Street. We're just checking out the Christmas decorations. You're out shopping. Oh yeah, you can't go shopping. You got to watch YouTube. No, that's okay. Yeah, go out and shop. Go out and shop for. This is the season. Check out your own lights at your own shopping center there. That's great. Hey, thanks for saying hi there. Thanks. Who said that? Shauna. Thanks, Shauna. Yeah, Lambie T. Somebody was spraying something. Oh, did I walk past somebody spraying something? I didn't even notice. Maybe they were spraying. They were hosing something down. I don't know. I missed that. Sorry for it. I'm oblivious sometimes. Merry Christmas. It is the season. Yeah, I don't know what they were spraying. But hey, there we solved all the world's problems there in 30 seconds. I should be a politician and just make promises that I can't keep, and then everybody will forget about it. As long as I'm making money. Here, let's walk past the beautiful decorations here. We're almost to Schiller on Astor. These nice, look at these stone facades here, these Gilded Age mansions that were built in the 1880s, 1890s, and they decorate so nicely. Look at that, they got a candle there. And then this place, it has a ballroom. You used to be able to, I don't know if they still have the ballroom for rent. They got the Astor Court, they got the coach houses in the back there. You can go down that nice courtyard. They even got that decorated back there, but look at the nice garland. This is like a Hallmark postcard right here. Astor Street, Gold Coast, Chicago, Christmas time. They decorate so nice there. Look at that door. Yeah. So yeah, this is the Louis Sullivan designed Charlie Persky house. Frank Lloyd Wright worked on it as a young apprentice architect. He didn't even go to college, neither did Louis Sullivan. They just could draw good enough. They were like, "Yeah, you can work for us." Draw a straight line. All this beautiful detailing here. Yeah, the James Charnley House, National Historic Landmark, site of architectural stories. Look at this door, Louis Sullivan cast iron, wrought iron, this classic ornamentation there. And the windows. Look at the mortise work, the amazing mortise work on the bricks there, how tight. There's hardly any mortar in there. That's harder to do than you think. The craftsmanship, the interior fixtures. You can tour the inside of that building. On Wednesdays, I think you just got to sign up, and they'll take you on a tour there. Hey, we just crossed Schiller here, Astor Street. Charnley was a lumber baron that made a fortune. I always say cutting down the Michigan and Wisconsin forest and shipping it out on a rail to Tombstone so they could build their Wild West towns there out of wood. And it all came through Chicago, just like the meat. Hey, we got a nice holiday display. Look at this beautiful chateau here, right on Astor Street here, 1400 block. Yeah, that's a nice. Yeah, look at all these nice buildings here. Look at that facade. Is that coming through? I think YouTube picks up the colors better at night. Does the light work better even through the windows? Yeah. Man, Sharon, how you doing there, Angel? Michael? Thanks for checking out the lights here. We got some sculptures. Man, the drones. Watch out for the drones. Attack of the drones. So we're living in the future. We got artificial intelligence. We got drones flying in the air that no one knows who they are. Cars were supposed to be driving themselves by now. I guess Waymo's expanding to Japan or something. But they're still working out some of the bugs. Most of your regular cars can't drive themselves as well as they advertise or want to. But we'll see. Maybe it's right around the corner there. Yeah, images do look clearer. Well, it probably helps that, yeah, I'm on YouTube and I'm using Streamlabs, which seems to work really well for the landscape 720p that you can put on your screen there. Hopefully it looks better on your phone too. You just have to turn it sideways to get the full aspect there. Yeah, Astor Street, Gold Coast, Chicago. Yeah, Pete, how you doing there? Thanks for watching on YouTube with Sharon and Tracy and everybody else there. Yeah, it's pretty pleasant. Upper 30s isn't too bad as long as the wind isn't blowing. It's a nice, calm, good night to go out and see the lights here. Yeah, keep the... There, look at the nice... This is one of the giant estates that the McCormicks bought. They didn't build it, but they bought it, and I'm sure that has a ballroom. They broke it up into several units. Now there's condo units in it, so you can live in this building just like the Playboy Mansion on State Street. We're on Astor. J.B. Pritzker owns real estate on this block somewhere. He's the governor of Illinois, one of the heirs to the Hyatt hotel fortune. See, it's not just the Hiltons, there's the Hyatts, but they're owned by J.B. Pritzker and his siblings. You ever heard of Penny Pritzker? Pritzker, she used to be the Commerce Secretary under one of the Obama administrations. Hey, look at that. Yeah, nice Christmas lights here. This place decorated nice for the Halloween too. Look at all the wreaths they got in the windows here. Nice holiday lights here. How you doing? Yeah, we'll check it out here. Look at that. Yeah, over here, all these condo buildings. Lots of depth. Good. Yeah, I'm glad the quality's good. Let's see how the Archbishop's residence looks. Here's the wood alley. We talk about the wood block alley. It's right there, built in 1909. So how many alleys are in the National Historic Register there? It's an alley. We restored it there. But here's the Archbishop's residence here, north end of the Gold Coast. Of course, the Catholic Church owns this. Used to be the Catholic Cemetery. That used to be the Protestant Cemetery. And then Lincoln Park used to be the Pauper's Cemetery. They exhumed all these bodies and moved them the Graceland and other cemeteries when they first started making Lincoln Park here in Chicago in the after the Civil War. And people wonder if there's still people buried there. But here's the Daunton Abbey of Chicago, the Archbishop's residence here, between State and Astor and North Avenue. It's got 19 chimneys. It's got an amazingly large coach house. And they still have, I don't know, they have meetings there every once in a while. There'll be cars all parked up here. Cardinal George used to live there, but I don't think Archbishop Supich lives there. He lives down by the Holy Name, which we walk by that on State Street in Chicago. Hey, we'll go by the front here. We'll see the Vatican flag here. 19 chimneys. Yeah, Christmas lights. Thanks, Pete. Blue Island, Daryl from Blue Island there. Thanks for tuning in there. Yeah. Daryl. So what time we got here? 5:50. Good. So we've been walking for about 50 minutes here. Hey, they got a nativity. I figured they would here. So here's the, can you count all the chimneys there? Some of them are in the back. 19 chimneys. Or so I've been told. Hey, Archbishop's residence here. North Avenue, there's State Street, 1550 North State. Hey, thanks for checking out. Good architecture, Christmas lights here. It's all dark in the park. I almost want to go straight up to, I'm not going in the zoo. Yesterday was the free night, now you got to pay. But you know, I guess I could walk through the park. You know, I get 67 people. Thanks for tuning in here. I know it gets boring when I walk through the park. I'll try to keep you entertained here. We'll try to think of a story I can tell. Keep people engaged when we walk through this dark, creepy part. We'll talk about, since you're a captive audience here, I know you'll all start leaving when I start. He's like, oh no, he's going to start talking about the Melungeons again. But it's important to American history. I wanted to write a book about this, but I'm too lazy and don't have enough discipline and attention span to actually write a book. So I'll start to put some of the clips of what I would write in the book and experiment with dictating it here on YouTube. We used to do this on TikTok. And you know, what's a Melungeon? What you know, why does this exist in American folklore? And for a long time, people wouldn't even talk about it because it was used as a pejorative in Appalachia. It was not. People did not want to be called Melungeon, or they did not identify as Melungeon. It was like saying you were like an uncivilized, backward hillbilly, you know, with questionable ancestry that wasn't completely Caucasian, and that was the mystery. Because how do you get these mixed race people that live in Appalachia, and without fail, 9 out of 10 of them would say their great-grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee. Well, not everybody's grandmother could be full-blooded Cherokee, but there was a little truth in that tidbit of folklore that was passed down through the generations. And essentially, hey, how you doing? How you doing? That's okay. Saying hello to the dogs there. Let's see it before I start this story. Let's see if there's any unhoused people here camping out. Sometimes I got to go quiet when we walk underneath. There's the girl with the fountain girl there. Let's see how she looks at night here. Yeah, Mary and Joseph. Yeah, Gypsy. So, and that's Gypsy's a good parallel, or Roma, and now how people have reclaimed that, and people are proud of their Roma or Gypsy heritage because it's a real thing. They trace some of the Gypsies. They actually, some of them through DNA go back to India, like the South Asian, and they went all through the Middle East and ended up in Europe. You know, same with Ashkenazi Jewish people. They started and went through Europe. Some ended up in Russia, some ended up in Germany, some ended up in all throughout Europe. I'll have to go quiet here when we go in here. And the same with Sephardic Jewish people. They went through North Africa, Morocco, and they have a different history in a different path. So here, we'll go quiet here, and then I'll restart my historical speculation here. So hey everybody, welcome to Chicago. Here we are. We just crossed underneath LaSalle Street where it connects from DeSable Lakeshore Drive. You see it off there in the distance. It's backing up as it heads towards Clark Street here. We just left the Gold Coast, Chicago. There's the John Hancock lit up in red. And we'll walk by these ball fields, and we're in Lincoln Park here. And I'm about to tell some personal historical speculation of what I've gleaned about the long, strange history of these people in America called Melungeons. And it's fascinating. Here's why it's fascinating. I'll hit you right in the head with it from the beginning. I'm sure you've heard of the 1619 Project, where the first Angolan African enslaved people were brought to America, and some of them were indentured servants. And that's another part of the Melungeon story. Not all, in the colonial period, not all African Americans that were brought to North American continent were enslaved people. Some were indentured servants. They ended up having mixed race unions with other people from England and people that were Native American, and started some Melungeon families that way. But that happened after the 1600s, or during the 1600s, before Bacon's Rebellion, largely 1676. Why did I bring up 1619 Project? If you go through the Melungeons, there's actually other non-indigenous people that entered North America through the Spanish colonial empire earlier, and we never learned about it in American history, but it's significant because they were here the entire time. And why do we talk about the people on the Mayflower or Jamestown? People can trace their ancestry back to the Mayflower, and I have ancestry that goes back to Jamestown, 1607, which was 13 years before the Mayflower. And there was like 100 ships that went to Jamestown before the Mayflower even set sail, that went to Jamestown. But I'm sure you heard about the Roanoke colony. That was 1580s. But in the 1540s, DeSoto came through Spanish Florida. Spain claimed the southern portion of the United States in the 1500s because they conquered the Aztecs and the Incas in Peru, and West Indies had colonies in Haiti and Hispaniola and what became Jamaica and all those places that eventually British and other French took over. But the Spanish were there first. Just like in North America, the Spanish were here first. We leave out DeSoto, traveled through probably South Carolina up through the Appalachians, had a battle like somewhere in Alabama, like up in the middle of Alabama. This is in the 1540s with the Proto-Muskogee Creek. There was another whole culture there. There was probably a lot more population of indigenous people that were wiped out by Spanish diseases spread by DeSoto in the 1540s. DeSoto died in the Mississippi River. They buried him in the Mississippi River. Only a few small remnant of his whole operation made it back to Mexico, which was called New Spain at that time. Here, I'll head this way. I'm walking through the woods here, Lincoln Park, Chicago, talking about the Melungeons. But shortly after Cortez conquered the Aztecs in Mexico, like 1520, 1526, they tried, the Spain colonial empire attempted to make a colony somewhere North Carolina, South Carolina, down there by Myrtle Beach, somewhere around there. And they're not exactly sure where it was at even, but they were significant. It was several hundred people attempted to settle here, just like Roanoke, just like Jamestown and the Mayflower up there, Plymouth Colony, Massachusetts. But this was 1526. Here's the significant part of the story that's left out of history. Of those several hundred people, some of them were Spanish citizens, some of them were enslaved people that were enslaved by the Spanish. the people enslaved by Spain at the time were not just people from Africa. They were people from North Africa, people from the Middle East, because Spain fought the Moors, and they fought the Islamic Empire in North Africa, and they shipped some of those people to Cartagena in Colombia. This is in the 1520s, and some of them ended up on this expedition, and they didn't want to be there. And so when the colony failed, there was a slave revolt that was documented by the Spanish. This is 1526, around there in South Carolina, what becomes South Carolina. This is like almost 100 years before the Mayflower. and the Spain, they left them there. They abandoned them there. They said, go out and live with the Indians. You revolted. And the people that revolted, they didn't really want to go back to either Cartagena, or they didn't want to go back to Spain. They still want to be on a Spanish ship there down in the, galley there. And so by that time, they made Native American allies. And there's genetic evidence to this day in several of the eastern tribes, the Lumbee, the Cherokee, some of the Creeks. Yamasee went down to St. Augustine after the Yamasee Wars, and then some of the Samponee, they have some of it too. Occaneechi. They were not indigenous people from North Africa, Angola, and possibly Europe that were all got abandoned here, and they went out and lived with the Indians. Why is it significant? Same time, 90% of the indigenous population was wiped out by European diseases. Some of them may be brought by these enslaved people that were left here by the Spanish. And inadvertently, they may have wiped out, just by being here, Guns, Germs, and Steel, read those Diamond books. But they did intermarry with remnants of many indigenous Native American tribes at that time. And over time, they were mixed. They were a mestizo population. Just like in Mexico or South or Central America, many people with Latino, Hispanic heritage also claim indigenous Native American to Mexico or South or Central America, because there was a lot of mixing between the Spain and the indigenous people over 500 years, And that's the same with the Melungeons. I almost think of the Melungeons as kind of a mestizo Mesoamerican culture, because most of them have a Native American identity. Most of them look white. Some of them look black, because it depends on who you married over 500 years, and you got pushed one way or the other. Or some people ended up with the Native American nations in Oklahoma and out west. And until DNA, most of these people, they had a Native American identity, but they did not have an African American identity. They were shocked when they did their DNA testing, and somebody looks as white as me with red hair and blue eyes can have several percentage points of African American, sub-Saharan African DNA, which is great. It shows you there was diversity and multiculturalism in colonial America that we don't talk about in history. We should talk about history, because we're going through a same moment now where, this debate we're having about, what it means to be an American, and, it's, history's, and when I didn't know any of this stuff. Thanks for listening. I hope I didn't drive the whole audience away here. Thanks for listening to me talk about this. And it wasn't just this 1526 first colony that failed. There was a second, even larger colony that failed, that may have added more to the Melungeon population at that time. There was the Luna expedition, which was 1559, and they came from Mexico around Monterey down by Veracruz. They came up that way. They came up to Texas. They were trying to find the mouth of the Mississippi, but find the mouth of the Mississippi, the delta is really hard. And at that time, and so they went past it. They ended up by Pensacola, Mobile Bay. This was 1,500 people, 1,500 people attempted to settle North America. Why was none of us taught this in history? This is all in the Spanish historical annals. And it was left out because we want to have the myth of the Mayflower, we want to have the myth of Jamestown, and we learned the British version of how this continent was colonized, as opposed to, we started with the Spanish. But since almost all the Spanish colonies failed, they weren't recorded in history. And that's the Luna expedition. They brought 1,500 people, orders of magnitude larger than the Roanoke colony, which was lost by the British later. They attempted to settle around Pensacola, Mobile Bay, somewhere around there. And the Native Americans have folklore that talks about this. Oconostota, who was he was a war chief during the Revolutionary War and the French and Indian War, between the Cherokee Anglo War there, and the French and Indian War. And he talks about the Cherokees. They said there was they didn't see the Sevier and the other ones that were talking to him. They wanted to have this idea of the European had a right to over the Native Americans, had a claim. There was the legend of Modoc, which came from Ireland. And so when Oconostota, they kind of led him. He said 3 ships came across the street and they landed around Mobile Bay. This is a Native American chief saying this in 1780, before he died. He said they attempted to settle, and then their ships sank. There was a hurricane. This is documented by history. And they came inland, and they kept coming to Native American villages, but they all were destroyed by European diseases. They eventually had to go to the Appalachian Mountains to find a large enough population, and they were starved. They were going to starve. They didn't have the food because the ships sank, and they couldn't get, they were going to make it through the winter. They said, help us get through the winter. They said, well, help us defeat our enemies across the river valley there, which were probably Uchis. And these were probably Appalachee people fighting the Uchis there in the Georgia Southern Appalachians. This is in the 1550. And of course, so they created relations with the Appalachee, which became some of the Creeks, because the Cherokees weren't down there at that time. And again, the same thing happened. They were there a year, like only a winter or two. The Spanish were like, the colony's failing, we can't grow any crops. The natives are getting hostage, probably because the Spanish were messing around. And they said, get us out of here. Well, the Spanish evacuate the Spanish people. They didn't evacuate, probably 1,000 of them were enslaved people that didn't want to go back, that were brought there against their will. And they either ran off and escaped and lived with the Indians up in the Appalachians there, or the Spanish purposely left them because they didn't care about them. And there wasn't room enough on the ship. That happened with Sir Francis Drake at Roanoke. Anyway, so there was probably a significant other influx of these North African, Angolan, Sub-Saharan, from the continent of Africa, enslaved people by the Spanish that were marooned here in the 1559. And that's why it's significant to the 1619 project. I had to turn it off. They tried to make a documentary, and they said, the first African-American enslaved people entered the United States in 1619. That's not true. They entered in 1526 with the Spanish, and this other influx in 1559, and some of them were North African. Maybe some of the Spanish were marooned here or chose not to go back to Spain. There was the Don Pardo expedition in the 1560s. They tried to establish a road from St. Helena, which was another Spanish colony in South Carolina, near Paris Island. This is all documented. I'm not making this up. This is all part of the archaeological record. It's part of Spanish history. It's just not taught in American history because we learned the British version of American history. It's like how Prince's mind was blown away that there was like 7 or 8 presidents before George Washington, and that's because under the Articles of Confederation before the Constitution, there was presidents under the Articles of Confederation and after 1776, and we don't count them as presidents because we count the United States started with the Constitution. So the United States did not really start in 1776. That's just when we declared our independence. They had to win the war. The United States started when they ratified the Constitution in 1889. And that's when they had the election for George Washington. But there were presidents of the United States under the Articles of Confederation, and we don't know any of their names because we don't think of history that way. Isn't that amazing? And I remember Prince, the artist, the musical legendary Prince, Purple Rain there. He was on a talk show and he was talking about it. It just blew his mind that there were presidents before George Washington. We never talk about it. And I don't remember them once saying that in any of my history classes. I took college AP, same with the Melungeons. And we never talked. We learned about the Trail of Tears. I'm glad but it wasn't just the Cherokees. All the tribes had their own version of Trail of Tears, and it happened at different times. A lot of them happened around 1838 after the Indian Removal Act, 1830. But that's why there's so many people in America that have claimed Cherokee ancestry, and it drives the true Cherokees, the ones that live in Oklahoma and the ones that live in North Carolina, nuts, because they actually stayed with the community either by force or by choice. And people with significant Melungeon ancestry, a lot of them married white, and they assimilated and lost their Native American language or their other, whatever initial language they had when they entered North America. And what people think of as their great-grandmother was a Cherokee is really their great-grandmother was a Melungeon. And she might have had, her great-grandmother might have been a Cherokee, but her other great-grandmother might have looked like mixed race, like, you know, multiple ethnicities combined from these Melungeon people that entered. It's just amazing what history. And there needs to be an extra chapter in our history books, you know. And they think some of the Melungeons were Sephardic Jewish people that were enslaved by the Spanish, because what else did the Spanish do in the 1500s? Mighty Python fans will know. The Spanish Inquisition. Who was most adversely affected by the Spanish Inquisition? You know this by watching Mel Brooks movies. The Sephardic Jews living in Spain, and a lot of Spanish Sephardic people had to repress their identity and not express their faith publicly for fear of being sent to the Inquisition and tortured. And a lot of them, like Columbus, some people speculated the reason Columbus, he was trying to get away from Europe. And a lot of people that may have become Melungeon people may have been motivated to, you know, go off into the wilderness and have their fortunes with the indigenous people instead of staying with the Spanish colonies, you know. But there's DNA evidence of this. You know, they think that Nancy Ward, and this is very controversial. I know that, I'll defer to true Cherokees that speak, you know, the Salagi, you know, but Nancy Ward is a legendary Cherokee woman, but they think she might have had partial Melungeon ancestry, because some of the Melungeons, they did not assimilate with the American culture. They assimilated with the Cherokee culture, the mixed bloods, especially around the time of Charles Renatus Hicks, and when the Cherokees created their own constitution and tried to get recognized by the U.S. federal government, and the U.S. government wouldn't recognize them, and went all the way to the Supreme Court with the Indian Removal Act. John Ross tried to get it, and the Supreme Court upheld the Cherokees' position, and Andrew Jackson said, the Supreme Court doesn't have an army. Andrew Jackson always had an army, and even when he wasn't president, he had a militia in Tennessee that fought the Creeks. And he was no friend of indigenous people, Andrew Jackson, and he defied the Supreme Court decision and did it anyway, and used Winfield Scott, the hero from the Mexican-American War in 1848, 10 years earlier in 1838. He led and the Cherokees did it themselves. They said, they were proud, and I'm glad that they did it that way. They said, we're going to do our own detachments. We know how to get to Arkansas and Oklahoma they already had relatives living there and been going back and forth there for decades. And but Winfield Scott brought the U.S. Army and escorted them just to make sure they went the whole way. It was horrible. But that's why there's so many Americans that have Cherokee ancestry, and that's overchecked on the census. It's mostly they have Melungeon ancestry, but they don't really know what Melungeon is. So I'm trying to explain it to people, but it's hard. Hey, thanks for listening here. We'll go up to the... I missed all the comments there. Maybe somebody had some good questions there. Yeah, have a good night there. See everybody there. Yeah, thanks for listening there. I know it's boring going through the... Yeah, the Inquisition. Yeah, you're singing the song there, the Mel Brooks. Remember that, the Inquisition. I can't do it there. Yeah, I need to watch a good Mel Brooks movie and have a good laugh there. I think that was the History of the World Part 1 there, yeah. I bring you the 15. Then he breaks it. 10 Commandments. See, we're missing 5. It makes sense. Hey, thanks, Michael. Thanks for the time and temp there. Thanks, everybody, for listening to my Melungeon story. I know I'm all over the map there. It probably didn't make any sense, but look it up. It's a real thing. And they used to call it triracial, but that's not the right way to think about it. There's only one race, the human race. It's just an interesting, fascinating history that should be part of American history, because more people than realize have this, because they've been in America so long, people don't know what it is. It's like being descended from leprechauns. It's awesome. Here, we're at 156 stops here. We're on Stockton here in Lincoln Park, Chicago. Temperature's 38 degrees here. Yeah, they got the lights all turned off, so it's all dark here. So we'll just head up to the conservatory here, and we'll film those lights. And that might be all she wrote here. Yeah, no zoo lights tonight. Tuesday night's the dark night. Let the animals sleep. We're the ones without a bunch of lights in their eyes keeping them up. Professor Brian. Yeah. I can't get tenure trying to teach a course about Melungeon history. Nobody accepts my theory. It hasn't been proven by science. It's just speculation. I'll tell you one thing, researching all this, I learned a lot more about Native American history, and it's fascinating. I wish more of that would be taught too. Just like the Beaver Wars, it explains so much, and the Iroquois, and, the history of the Cherokee, but also the Choctaws, the Chickasaws, the Creeks, the Muskogees, the Seminoles broke away, and then all the eastern up to the New England First Nations there in Canada, and then down to the Lenape, the Delaware, the Powhatan, Occaneechi, Samponi, Tutelo, Tuscarora. Tuscaroras used to live in North Carolina, and then there was a Tuscarora War. Did you learn anything about the Yamasee War? There were these major wars that almost, South Carolina was almost wiped out. Why were we never taught that? It was Bacon's Rebellion in Virginia in 1676, 100 years before the Revolutionary War, the Declaration of Independence. Significant. The history of America there. Yeah, there'll be a test. It's going to be on the midterm. Yeah, you had Lenape there in Pennsylvania. Yeah, there was, isn't it amazing how, Americans called them Delaware, but they call themselves Lenape, which is just like the Sioux. The Sioux, that's not what they call themselves. They call themselves Lakota, and that's how you get North and South Dakota. It's like Lakota. And, yeah, the Lenape, the Delaware. They got pushed all the way to Indiana. Isn't that amazing? And it was, you know, it started New Jersey, and I think around Manhattan they were Delaware, and down to you know, the state of Delaware, Chesapeake Bay. And then they moved into Pennsylvania. There was also the Susquehanna, and then there was the you ever heard of the Mingo? The Mingo were further west, like towards West Virginia. But then there was yeah, the Delaware, the Lenape got pushed from Pennsylvania. The Iroquois were in New York, up by Lake Erie and the Adirondacks. Last of the Mohicans was that. Yeah, this is the conservatory here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Look at that skyline. Hey, we got you a skyline view there. You crack under pressure. You took notes? Yeah, Native Americans in the 70s. That's good there. Yeah, Lincoln Park Conservatory. Well, hey everybody, I'm pretty tired here, so let's just get a nice view of the Belton Stratford, and then we'll call it a night. We'll try it again tomorrow on YouTube. It seemed to be working this week. We get everybody used to this new system here, and thanks for tuning in. I've been posting some shorts there, and you know, I'm still gonna have a presence on TikTok as long as the app still works. We'll see how it goes. And I'm just waiting. I'm mad at them now for they're trying to kick me out of the Creator Fund. And what's it even matter? The whole thing's going away, so that's why we're on YouTube here. Here's the Belton Stratford Shakespeare statue. Yeah, Billy Shakespeare. Good night there, Anita. Thanks, Jolie. Yeah, thanks, Angel, Jeff, Chris. Yeah, one rare gemstone there. Have a good night there. Yeah, John James and Will. Thanks, everybody there. Yeah, thanks for the good live stream here. Okay, I'm going to sign off. We'll talk to you later here from Chicago. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Have a good night there. Yeah, Angel, Will, Trail, Dusty. Yeah, Sharon, good night there. Okay, we'll talk to you later there. Yeah, be kind to all humans and animals. Yeah, that's what Sarah would say. Yeah, look at that. Belton Stratford. Okay, good night. Thank you.